Are you wanting to become a YouTuber for fun or for profit? Then check out the amazing Blue Yeti microphone today. Affiliate link in the video description. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and I'm pretty sure many of you out there at this point are sick and tired of hearing people on this side of the camera talking about the YouTube ad apocalypse. You know, the single greatest threat to our entire way of life ever on this platform. But things are, in some respects, starting to return to normal for many people, myself included. Although it's nowhere near as good as it used to be, things are picking back up. So I just want to give you that little update right there. But there's been another update. YouTube has updated their YouTube creator blog in order to give us more information about what to expect from YouTube going forward. So I figured it'd be good to go through this, look at this, see what's going to be there, what to look out for, what we can adapt to. So then people like myself on this side of the camera can very much do their best to succeed on this platform while still operating within the lines. It sucks that things are going to be a bit more restrictive, I think, but at the same time, not all is lost, and we have the ability to adapt. And that is going to be what puts us above a lot of other people. So without further ado, let's take a quick look here at what YouTube is saying. So over here it says, your content and making money from advertising on YouTube. Yeah, well, a lot of us here are all about making the money, and, you know, this is our job, right? You know, this is what we do. So it says here, in March, we provided an update to changes that we're making to address advertiser concerns around where the advertisements are placed. Since then, we've had thousands of productive conversations with advertisers and implemented additional controls to restore advertiser confidence. As a result, many advertisers have resumed their media campaigns on YouTube, leading creator revenue to return to a better and more stable state. We know that revenue fluctuations have been unsettling and want to reassure you that we're working closely with our advertising partners to make sure that YouTube continues to be a great place for creators to earn money. And this is very much a symbiotic relationship. I don't think anyone's ever argued against that. YouTube makes money if we make money. And one of the biggest things that was happening when this adpocalypse thing kicked off was that the views were still there. The views were coming in, and just the adverts weren't there at all, or they were very minimal. I mean, the lowest it got for me was I had about 65 to 75,000 views, and I made $17. I'm not even kidding, like $17 that day. In which case, I made a joke to my friend, because that was kind of like at the low of the low. I thought it wasn't coming back at that point in time. And I made a joke to my friend. I said, I now fully understand why bankers threw themselves out of windows during the Great Depression. When the stock market crashed, you can understand that immediate mentality. Now, I wasn't going to throw myself off a building or in a lake or anything like that, but that fear was there. That immediate fear was there of like, oh God, is it over? Is it gone? Am I screwed? Like I put, you know, like I've been building my business for years. So to kind of have it really called into question like that with no way out outside of, you know, going to you guys constantly and saying like, please, can I have some more? You know, and I didn't want to do that. So I was hoping things were going to start picking up, and thankfully they have been. It's been on the rise. It's been steady. So that's good. So at least now we know that there's been behind the scenes conversations and advertisers have been talked to and they're on board to come back. So it goes on to say that we recognize there's still more work to do. We know that we have to improve our communications to you, our creators. We also need to meet our commitment to our advertisers by ensuring their ads only appear against the content they think is suitable for their brands. Here's an update on some of the things we're doing to provide greater transparency. Now, this is where you're going to start feeling that restriction. This is where YouTube is going to kind of be putting the hurt on a few types of content. People like myself that cover news as it's breaking, as it's happening, controversial subjects, have to be very careful about what it is we put out there if we want to earn money. I couldn't talk about Manchester at all. There'd be no adverts on that. The Portland stabbing, no adverts. Those are like, that's the type of content that YouTube deems a no-no. We're not restricted from putting it up. We're just restricted from putting ads against it, which is one of the reasons why if you want people like myself and others to cover that kind of incendiary content, Patreon and fan-supported work that way is really the best way of going about it, because that way you can tell us that, you know, you want us to continue talking about these things that you find to be important, and that way we will do it, even though it's very much a quid pro quo situation. So it goes on to say here, oh, just real quick as a quick side thing to that, they said they want to be more in, you know, communication with the creators. that is something I will wait and see. I don't believe that one damn bit. YouTube is horrible when it comes to actually talking with the people and communicating what's going on. It requires large channels with millions of subscribers to basically kind of beat their chest and go, we want answers. And we're not getting that from the powers that be. So the jury's still out on that one. Even this was sent to me by somebody else. It wasn't actually emailed out to all the creators, which it should be automatically. Okay, anyway, goes on to say here, more detail about advertiser-friendly guidelines. One thing you've been clear about is your desire for more detail and clarity around our advertiser-friendly guidelines. In response to this feedback, we've updated our overall guidelines to provide more detail than before. While it's not possible for us to cover every video scenario, we hope this additional information will provide you with more insight into the types of content that brands have told us that they don't want to advertise against and help you make more informed content decisions. We know our systems aren't perfect, and we're also working to further improve your ability to appeal impacted videos. And that is true. I've had many videos demonetized, many of which I've been able to click on that button like, hey, you may want to check that again. And 9 times out of 10, I get monetization reinstated. Again, as I said, while it's monetized, it doesn't mean that there's ads are running against it. Let's take a look here at the advertiser-friendly content real quick. So, let's just take a look at content that's not eligible. Okay. So again, this is very similar stuff here. Controversial issues, sensitive events. That would be Manchester, those kind of things, like political conflicts, terrorism or extremism, death and tragedy, sexual abuse. Even if graphic imagery is not shown, it's generally not eligible for ads. For example, videos about recent tragedies, even if presented for news or documentary purposes, may not be eligible for advertising given the subject matter. And again, that subject matter is like, you don't know. You literally have no idea what subject matter will work or not. Like, again, Manchester, no, can't talk about that. But I got a thumbnail of Kathy Griffith holding a severed head of Donald Trump, and that's perfectly fine. It's like, where is it going there? Now, granted, that is newsworthy, and so is Manchester, but it's just, I don't know. I don't think it's very good there. It says drugs and dangerous products or substances, videos that promote or features the sale, use, or abuse of illegal drugs, regulated drugs or substances. Okay, so that's not eligible for monetization. So anytime I on my stream go hunting for Slender Grill, not monetized. That's perfectly fine. Super Chat helps out quite a bit with that one. Harmful or dangerous acts. So this is resulting in physical, emotional, or psychological injuries not eligible for advertising. This also includes depicting painful or invasive surgical or cosmetic procedures or pranks involving sexual harassment or humiliation. Yet somehow Daddy of 5 was able to continue marketing their videos because this hateful content has been around for a while. Again, it is so unspecific about what it is. Inappropriate languages. Fuck that. Okay, occasional use of profanity won't necessarily result in your video being ineligible for advertising, but context matters. Okay, so I gotta be careful about the kind of stuff that I say. I say some bad stuff. Inappropriate use of family entertainment characters. This is one, well, they do talk about that in the other one. On the other page, I don't want to get into that just yet. Incendiary or demeaning content. Again, a lot of times in response videos from certain people, they will say certain things that are very incendiary or demeaning. That is their opinion, but again, it may not be something advertisers want to run against, and that is something that all of us do have to work with. Sexually suggestive content. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. And violence. Video content where the focal point is on blood, violence, or injury. When represented without additional context. See, that's okay. See, that's kind of horse crap right there. Because they say that for news purposes, tragedies, even for news purposes, which would be with providing the context, isn't okay. But showing violence with context is okay. So weird, YouTube. Like, you're so backwards. You contradict yourself. And you do it because you have to. Like, they do it because they legally kind of have to make it vague in order to kind of skirt around certain things. They want to make money. We want to make money. Everyone wants to make money, but they got to be careful. All right, so here's the new guidelines. Let's see. We've heard loud and clear from the creator community and from advertisers that YouTube needs to broaden our advertiser-friendly guidelines around a few additional types of content. We've responded by adding new guidelines to take a tougher stance on hateful content, saying here, content that promotes discrimination or disparages or humiliates an individual or group of people on the basis of the individual or group's race, ethnicity, ethnic origin, nationality, religion, disability, age, veteran status, sexual orientation, gender identity, or other characteristics associated with systematic discrimination or marginalization. So the people out there that make response videos to people who do like gender-based videos, and they're like, I disagree with your points, could actually be considered hate content depending on how they present it. Again, oftentimes people choosing to use insults over the actual dissemination of their ideas, that is probably going to be something that gets hit pretty hard. This one's great. This one's great. The inappropriate use of family entertainment characters. Right? So content that depicts family entertainment characters engaged in violent, sexual, vile, or otherwise inappropriate behavior, even if done for comedic or satirical purposes. So that Spider-Man and Elsa video, that kind of shit, those videos, because they use copyrighted characters, is what's going to be happening here. So inappropriate use of family-friendly or family entertainment characters basically just means inappropriate use of copyrighted characters. Even if done as satirical, which might fall under fair use, yeah, they're going to get mad. This is probably larger companies that are coming down on these videos saying, why are these making money? What's going on? And then incendiary and demeaning content, stuff that's gratuitously incendiary, inflammatory, or demeaning. For example, a video content that uses gratuitous, disrespectful language and shames or insults an individual or group. Okay, so don't insult anyone directly. You know, I guess is what they're trying to say. While it remains the case that videos that comply with their terms of service and community guidelines can remain on the platform, our advertiser-friendly content guidelines focus on what is specifically eligible for advertising. Content that does not comply with AdSense policies or our ad-friendly guidelines will not be eligible for advertising. So basically saying like, yes, you might have the freedom to put this stuff out there and we will gladly accept you putting this kind of stuff on here. You're not able to make money. So watch what you're doing. It goes on to say, there's a new Creator Academy course. Keep in mind that even if your video is approved for ad, or what's right for one brand may not be right for another. A home cleaning brand and beer brand will likely choose to target very different audiences. Today, we're launching a course in our Creator Academy to provide additional detail about making your content appealing for a broad range of advertisers if that's your goal. Okay. And then it finishes up by saying, we hope your policies or guidelines provide additional information and blah, 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 and make right decisions and shit. Now take a look at this Creator Academy here, because this might actually be good for many, many, many people. Okay. So basically it's just, it goes through everything here. Lesson making advertiser-friendly content. If you're interested in earning money from ads on YouTube, it's important to understand YouTube's ad policies and how advertisers choose where their ads appear. And you get to go through all this stuff, like all this, you know, what's important here. Okay, advertisers want to reach the right audience, but they also care about how they reach that audience and where their ad appears. They use topic-specific keywords and audience demographics, among other things, to decide where to place their ads. YouTube helps them identify the right place for their ads to appear by looking at your video content, thumbnails, and metadata. Now, this is all very important stuff here. So if you're trying to, like, you know, scam people with your thumbnail or with your tags or the metadata, they're going to catch on to that. And then let's see, how can you monetize better? So you know, and it takes you through everything. So it will help you out a little bit. I'm going to go through this and learn a lot more. Maybe definitely put like a video about this together, because at the end of the day, this is my business. This has been my full-time business for over 2 years now. It's not something I intend on leaving, not something I intend on stopping to do. I love doing my job. I love doing it every single day. I get to communicate with some of the coolest cats on the planet, not only other YouTube creators, but you guys at home watching. And the thing is, this is the ugly side of that business, where when it comes down to it, if you like it, you got to help support it. That's either through turning off that pesky ad block, getting YouTube Red, super chat donations via, you know, live streams, which, by the way, on my channel is Sunday through Wednesday, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You know, or Patreon or PayPal, anything else in between. That's what it boils down to if you guys like this kind of content. At no point am I attempting to try to sell you something or guilt you into anything. I'm merely providing you with the information as it is, as it stands. YouTube is a great platform for many people to express themselves in a multitude of different ways. And as YouTube continues to refine and grow and fix or adapt certain things, we're all going to be put in situations where we have to make those hard choices. The adpocalypse woke up many, many people who didn't realize that they just had it really good last year. And now we have to adapt. And with that adapting comes a reliance on the audience, a reliance on that you'll be there, that you're supportive, even if it's just emotionally through some comments and shit. That's what a lot of people need. But now that we have more information about what is good, what is not good, what's allowed, what's not allowed, we can then tailor the content to get around those issues, to work within the guidelines and still provide you with the same type of commentary and content that you've come to love. And so as we go through the rest of 2017, we have 7 months to go, I'm sure things will change. And I don't know if things are going to get back to normal, but we at least now have a guideline of what to do, what not to do, which is not really something YouTube had provided before. And this should help many of us out there actually get back on track. So then we can go back to doing what we love, which is providing you guys with hours upon hours upon hours of awesome entertainment. And anyway, I just want to know your guys' thoughts on this. Is this something, do you feel YouTube is on the right track here? Do you think that a lot of your favorite content creators on the commentary side of thing are going to have issues following the guidelines with this? Do you think things will ever return to normal? Or is YouTube simply dead and it's time to fuck off to VidMe? I'm curious to know your guys' thoughts on this. Please write them down in the comments below. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. I'm the Mundane Matt channel. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I am Mundane Matt. That's how it works out. And regardless of anything else, thank you very much from the bottom of my heart for coming in every single day, watching the videos, commenting, coming in the live streams, hanging out with me. You guys make my life awesome, and I cannot thank you enough. Even during this downtime, it's great to know the support structure is still there. And as we work to be better, we hope that you guys are right there along with us. And with that, I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Peace out.